How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Bitcoin update. In the past day, there has been a little bit of a development. Yesterday, we spoke about this potential bearish pattern. The bears will try as much as possible for this to play out while under the previous all-time high, 109k. This is a possibility. In fact, even if we break the all-time high, it actually takes until breaking out through the 886 fib, this new micro one, 111k. Once that has been reclaimed, then I'm sure we're going to head to that minimum macro target, 120k. However, not out the woods yet. We need to see those levels reclaimed. And even in the past day, there's been development if we zoom in a little bit more. So if you remember my video back on Monday, we went over the loss of the 20 moving average here and the loss of the 886 moving average, all within this candle. So this was Friday last week, it occurred. And this actually created a neckline of this potential bearish pattern once we had bounced from here. So the last days have shown signs of recovery. Not only did it get back above 104.6k, the macro 886, this is the level that needs recovering in order to see 120k. But of course, Bitcoin can play around. Alt's not necessarily going to be an altcoin season unless Bitcoin breaks through these key levels over here. So that's why you're going to see alts chopping, even Bitcoin itself chopping, although it has a macro target higher. If we want it to get to that target immediately, it has to break through these levels. So over the past day, we actually saw a breakout that resulted in a fake out for the daily candle close. This is a negative candlestick pattern just because it rejected and confirmed the newly formed bearish cross between the 6 and the 12 EMA now as a resistance. So even though right now it's hovering exactly on the 20 moving average, and you can argue after a retest of the neckline, once again, just confirming that is support, we've had another bounce. And that is, again, reclaiming the 20 moving average. So you're seeing the tools that I use within my strategy are at least being respected. So after this rejection of resistance, it's rejected support, we can see where it's trapped. It's been trapped between, of course, this uptrending, upward sloping support and this downward sloping resistance. So at some point, these two lines meet. So that is Sunday. A breakout is going to be forced before that date. And again, even if this bearish pattern develops, Bitcoin is allowed to pump up into 111k to create the right shoulder and still continue lower. So please be aware, even if we see the 6 and 12 bearish cross recovered, we're not completely out the woods just yet. In the immediate short term now, in the macro sense, this dip has all been about confirming the golden pocket as support. And as of now, I'm not seeing any signs that's not true. We've seen the golden pocket broken. This creates the reverse wave and now have expectations of 120, 130, and 138k. Those expectations will only go away if the golden pocket level is lost. As of now, price is above. Although we have this bearish pattern, price is above. So my expectation is those targets up ahead in the future, 120, 138k. There are higher targets, 150, 160. Let's play it level by level because there will be a struggle around this area before higher price targets. But the Fibonacci's are there. Again, they're macro Fibonacci's. Doesn't mean we're immediately going to those targets. That's why we use the micro fibs as well. If you want to learn the strategy, check out the links in the description. Head over to the website. I've got an ebook, Discord community where there's extra content as well. And also mentorship plans. So we can do consultation calls. We can discuss DCA plans as well. So for Bitcoin here, what we need to see in the coming days is a recovery of the bearish cross. This will then send Bitcoin back to its previous all-time high, 109k. We don't want to see this area used as resistance because within the area of 109 to 111k, another top could form, and that would be lower than the previous. That is why this potential head and shoulders pattern is looming over our heads. So just need to be aware that the bears will try one more time, even if we do break out over the coming days. I will be here to update it, so don't you worry. Any further updates, check out the Twitter. Obviously, I'm in the Discord constantly, so go over there. Links in the description. Catch you over there. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.